Well, ho, 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 ho. The holidays are almost here, and we're
Crazy.
starting to feel that jingle jingle. I'm starting to get the cold and air in here. Yeah, but it's it's almost upon us, folks. You can kind of feel it everywhere.
Yeah, it finally creeped up. It's so crazy. We talk about this every year. We're broken record. It goes from Halloween to Christmas like that.
Yeah. But when we get closer to the holidays, I mean, it's almost like it captures you.
Mhm.
And it's more than just knowing the dates that are on the calendar, but it's like the lights in the streets and in the shops, and all around us. The music starts to play. Um, uh, here where we live, they put lights all over the town square, and at night you go over there and they have music playing, and the lights are blinking in time to the music, and it just creates something that everybody can get into.
Well, that's what's really cool about it. And we live in a much more than it was 10, 12 years ago, diverse area. So we really get to see, I mean, predominantly, and I don't even know if that's fair to say, predominantly we see a lot of Christmas stuff, but it's not necessarily true because when you say holidays, everybody can enjoy the holiday lights. That's not a Christmas thing. It's a
Yeah,
holiday, you know. And but what I really like is that more and more now I get to see and be part of different holidays through my friends, people I work with, things that maybe I didn't know about. So I'm learning about them or also just get to participate in. I got to work an amazing Hanukkah event last year at my previous job. I had so much fun and I've never got to do that before. So that was really awesome for me.
and we don't realize it, but I believe that there's, between all of the religious factions and everything, there's really, I think, about a half a dozen holidays that are all celebrated right around the same time of the year. The three main ones certainly are Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. Those the three key. And the interesting thing is, while the beliefs in what those holidays represent might be a little bit different, there's a lot of things that are very, very common among all of them. And the two real common things is lights, electric lights and candles.
Yes.
Lots of candles. Hanukkah certainly is a celebration of light. Kwanzaa also celebrates through light, and each candle represents a different feeling. So, and it's something that if you live in a diverse community like we do, it's something that you share. And when you go into a lot of the establishments, they kind of share all of that.
I think that's really cool too, because Kwanzaa to me was a pretty new one. I mean, not new, but as far as understanding it, and I didn't realize, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, I didn't realize that it was really happens the day after Christmas, the
Right.
26th through what, January 1st, is that right?
Yeah, it runs for
Um,
about a week or so, from just after Christmas until early in January.
I met my first group of people that celebrate Kwanzaa. And we talked, this was last year. I used to live by them. We talked a lot. It was really cool to understand why they do it. I didn't even know they did until I started to notice a couple of things. I'm like, man, some people are so scared to ask. I'm like, I'm not that guy. I'm just gonna ask you, like, hey, you celebrate Kwanzaa? Let's talk.
Right,
And
right.
it was cool. I got to learn about her grandma and her mother, and I really like that. I want to see a diverse thing. Look, I know that Christmas is the 25th. That's Christmas. Whether you celebrate it or not, that's Christmas.
Right.
It could be other things too tied in, but it's a Christmas day. I know that. But there's other dates that I think are very important just because I don't celebrate them. I want to make sure I understand and learn about that?
Yeah. Well, and Hanukkah is one of those holidays that it's a different 8-day period each year.
Right.
Sometimes it's as early as Thanksgiving. Sometimes it's as late as Christmas and beyond, and it'll kind of mirror the Kwanzaa dates. And sometimes it starts a few days before Christmas and then goes until a few days after Christmas, because it works on a lunar calendar rather than on the regular Gregorian calendar. But that's the beauty of the season, is because all of these things are celebrated and all of these things can be shared. And I think, certainly what we would encourage everybody to do is to try and absorb and enjoy all of these.
100%.
Friends say, "Hey, I'd like to learn a little bit more about Hanukkah, and I want to know a little bit more about the traditions of Christianity, and certainly Kwanzaa and some of the holidays and celebrations that the Sikhs and the Buddhists and Hindus all enjoy at this time of the year." It's fun. It's fun to sample some of the different varieties of foods that the different religious factions and all share
Yes.
at this time of the year, because there's different things that, and just like Christmas. I mean, Christmas is when you have eggnog and wassail,
Right.
and you usually don't enjoy that at any other time of the year.
Well, that's the thing too. You can look at the different cuisine and you can look at the different specialties, whether that be desserts, drinks. My biggest thing is the traditions, whatever they may be. The
Yeah,
tradition from the food to what they do the night of the main, whatever they're celebrating, the history behind it. I really like the history aspect of it because I just find it fascinating. And I do find that common theme, really, besides lights and all that, is the togetherness. It's the coming together. It's the family. It's the friends of whatever denomination, religion, belief, whatever you want to call it, is everybody comes together. And I think that that is really what we all should focus on. And what's really the most important thing about the holiday season, regardless. And for people that just have zero belief, they do the
right.
Santa Claus thing, they pop some gifts, they see family. Okay, cool. Come on over. Let's do this together,
Another thing that I encourage everybody to do, and this everywhere in the country they usually have it, is they're starting to list online neighborhoods where there are people that have just gone out of the envelope in decorating their homes with
Yes.
music, with lights and everything. And you could sometimes find those online and just get in the car and drive around to these neighborhoods and see the extent that some people go to, because it's fascinating to see and to share.
Yeah, we did that last year. We went to a place in Plano that honestly was like a wonderland. We walked it, we parked the car and walked it. They had hot chocolate at houses. They were giving out like cookies in individual bags. It was very, very cool. And even around where I am, obviously now where I am, we see quite a bit, but yeah, they did some really cool things. You can also do that to find out different, like, again, there are neighborhoods or a block that all celebrates Kwanzaa and they get together and you can see what they do. So, and they encourage you. It's not just like, hey, let's go look at these strangers' houses. They encourage you, come on out, let's hang out together. And it's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is, and it's great to know that you live in a community that wants to share all of this. They don't want to keep all of these beliefs and traditions and all in-house. They
Sure.
open their doors and celebrate it with everyone. And I mean, isn't that what the season is all about?
That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what it's not about. It's not about being exclusive. It's about being open. You can do your family traditions behind closed doors. That's what you want to do. You want to have your family, your friends, whatever that may be, but it should be everybody involved. And I think it's great. I really do. And I love that we live in a area or a world that is becoming more like that. Because 15, 20, 25 years ago, I was a little naive, minus a couple of my friends that I had that maybe did something different than I did.
Yeah.
Now I'm like I've got so many people that I'm in contact with that celebrate for different reasons, that believe different things, and it's an eclectic group. And I think that that's pretty cool.
Well, 15, 20, 30 years ago, uh, neighborhoods were pretty well set. People weren't as transient as they are
Right.
now. In your neighborhood, there was a lot of celebration that went on, and it was celebrated by the people that had been in that neighborhood for a couple of generations.
Sure.
Today, we live in such a diverse, community all over the country where there are less people that were born and raised right in that community. That people are from other places, other states, other countries, and and that's been the beauty of this whole thing, is to be able to share your traditions with other people. Your neighbors are different from you, but you can all get together and raise a glass and toast and celebrate holidays together. And
And that's what's great about it. So what do the holidays look like for you? What's moving forward now?
well, again, Christmas seems to be like the catch-all term. Like when you go to the store, you put on the grocery list, buy Coke. Doesn't necessarily mean Coke the brand.
It does for me.
To buy cola. So we have a tendency to kind of think of this as the Christmas season because it's kind of, like you said earlier, it's the major holiday, but it is not the only holiday
No.
by any means. Uh, but and the Christmas season has its religious aspect, it has its ceremonial aspect, it has its celebration aspect, as does Hanukkah. There's a
Yes.
behind Hanukkah, but it also is steeped in tradition and in celebration. Kwanzaa is also a festival of lights and candles, and those candles each represent something within the African American community that means something to them. But it is also encompassed in a celebration mode, and that's what basically December becomes. It's a celebration month, uh, and and I'm really glad to see that it's something that is shared more than it is segregated anymore.
Yeah, I think those days should be done. The
Yeah,
days, I mean, look, I don't want to be around a ton of people on Christmas Day. I want to be around probably just Luke. After that, I really don't want to be around anybody. But
yeah,
I mean, that makes sense. But as the season, because it is a season, and there are other holidays within the month or even after, um, I want it to continue. I don't want Christmas Day to be done, and then all of a sudden it's like we're done with the holidays. That's not how I view it.
yeah. One of the things that I always enjoy, and it's part of the holiday tradition, uh, is Christmas trees,
Yeah.
because there is something about, and everywhere you see the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, various churches and all are selling Christmas trees and all, and the scent that the pine needles and the pine trees creates, when you go to see in your city squares, the tree, there is something that goes beyond the sight of the holidays. It's an
Yes.
aroma, that you get and enjoy for several days before and after a holiday. That's something that's also very, very special.
Yeah, I do. I love a real Christmas tree. We have a fake one. I do love a real Christmas tree. Maybe one day soon I'll decide to, because I know I'm going to have to, eventually. This Christmas tree is about 3 years old. It's fine.
Yeah,
And I'll have to upgrade it. But I do like a real one. We got a real one last year for our patio, very small one. So I'll
right.
probably do the same thing for the front porch this year. Um, But yeah, Christmas trees are great. I'm slowly rebuilding my decorations on the Christmas tree, because I didn't have a lot of the unique ones. Okay, there we go. We'll just disappear here. I didn't have a lot of the unique ones, but over the last several years, even in the summertime, I see a decoration online. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. I buy one and it's something special. And yeah, I like it. I love seeing it lit up. And I added some new lights last year, and it's just, I light it up every night till New Year's. At New Year's Day is it's over. I take it down. Even
And
on New Year's Eve, I put it up.
yeah, and like a week or so after Christmas, or sometimes it's even right after New Year's, when people take their Christmas trees down and they put them out in the alley for the waste services to pick up. I walk our dog down the alley and just the aroma
It smells great.
those trees, and you just say, you realize that, okay, better take it all in now because you ain't going to see it for another 11 months.
That's it too. Yeah, you're not going to see it for another 11 months. So get with the program.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's very cool. I like it a lot. So
Yeah, and also a lot of traditions. I mentioned eggnog. I mean, I'm not a real big eggnog fan, and I'll
me neither.
maybe sip it if somebody's got it, and wassail. There are other things in the Jewish tradition. It's potato. They're called potato latkes. They're pancakes. It's basically like taking hash browns and frying them in a pan in oil, but they're solid. And you put applesauce on top.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with everything you just said.
Yeah, the traditional like Christmas dinner. Usually it could be the same as Thanksgiving. It could be a little bit different. Like very often you do turkey for Thanksgiving, and you do ham for Christmas. But you know, the different religions or different beliefs and all will have a lot of different ways that they celebrate, and a lot of different foods that go along with it.
Yeah, they do. There is a lot of ham. There's a lot of turkey. That's what I meant. Christmas dinner was my favorite when back in the day because it was always Italian food. It was always pasta, stuffed shells, lasagna, cannolis, just for days. And I'd always
Right.
leave the house with, arms full of stuff, eating a cannoli at the red light, and
Yeah.
and my grandma was great because she was always like, make sure Brandon gets cannolis. Make sure Brandon, I don't want to say I was awesome, but I was awesome. So she was always like, make sure Brandon gets this. And so they give me like, hey, we got like 4 extra cannolis. You want them? Well, of course I want them. 2 of those are going to be gone before I get out of the driveway. Of course.
That's right. That's right. And by the time I get home, there might be one left.
Right. After the 3 I already ate, and then the 4 bowls of pasta with the stuffed shells and the 12 rolls, And that's what I make. I'll make my sauce every year, and I might do stuffed shells, or I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I think last year I did shells. I don't think I'll do lasagna this year. Luke, he liked it, but I mean, I made it pretty thick and layered. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make, but I'll definitely make my sauce for sure.
Yeah, and the really interesting part is to share it with others.
Yeah. I plan on doing it in the neighborhood, actually. I plan
Yeah,
on bringing trays to the guys. So I'm excited.
yeah. I mean, we're fortunate being down in the Texas area. We don't usually get that really inclement weather that sometimes goes along with the Christmas and the Christmas season. I mean, up north, you used to pray for snow for Christmas and everything. It was just like that was part of the tradition.
Even now, my parents aren't really getting snow on Christmas in Michigan. It's because further north they are. My buddy just got snow 2 weeks ago in Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, and maybe even 3 weeks ago. Might have been, God, honestly, it might have been early November. But
Yeah.
my parents haven't really had a white Christmas in a while. It's usually January where it's cold, but not snow. Here
Well,
it's like 74.
we used to joke about it, but where you and I grew up, it was not uncommon to have a green Christmas and Easter. You
Yes.
snowstorm in April and all that would put snow on the ground for Easter, but it was you were out mowing the lawn for Christmas.
It was weird. It would either be like nice or just really cold and no snow. And I'm always like, at that point, if it's really cold, drop some snow on it at least, you know? But then I do remember plenty of white Christmases or the day after. So you get to enjoy that last bit of winter break from school in the snow, you know?
Yeah. What we have here in Texas is fake snow. You go out and
Yes,
you decorate your
that's it.
bushes and all, and you just sprinkle the snow.
I mean, that's it. That's it. You know, luckily the last 2 years, regardless of the ice apocalypse, we did get snow, significant amount in Texas in February.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we get some earlier than February. I don't need ice apocalypse again, but you know, let's get some snow here.
Well, however you celebrate the holidays, we as we head into the season and everything, we certainly hope everybody will embrace all of it for whatever you believe in, but whatever your neighbors believe in, get involved in it and absorb it and take it all in and share it with each other. And some of the traditions that you have, make a little extra and share it with the neighbors, whether
Yeah,
cookies or cakes or drinks or whatever, and all. It means more to share it at this time of the year, and we invite you to do it. And I think we should just take a minute as we do head into our holidays to thank some of our sponsors. Thank Christine Dean who helps produce this show and get it on the air for us. To Irving Chung, franchise,
oh yeah,
who helped sponsor this show, to David Jordan and his staff over at Patriot Sandwich Company, and all. Got lots of love to everybody who helps to support us, and to all of you who are out there and each week watch our show, share our show, like the show, put the hearts out there, put the thumbs up. We appreciate you all the time, every week.
absolutely, guys. It's awesome. We were heading in, we're rolling, we're steamrolling into the season, getting ready to go through the new year. I'm losing my voice,
right.
so it's time for me to go. And yeah, we will be very excited to come back, and let's just continue the celebration.
Yep. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place, right here for another edition of Trash Talk. Go make it a great day.